You're the Vice President of the United States.
Do you think that we would have started this war in Iran without the influence of Israel?
Welcome everyone to our 2K Sports broadcast. We have a great game on tap for you. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Craig Anthony and Coach Dan Van Gundy.
Saw him in June. Do you think he would have continued with the most recent campaign if it wasn't for the influence of Israel?
Yes, I do.
Really?
I do. Yeah.
This is the they keep trying to play this game where they're like this fancy, like relatable, like these
So New York wins the tip. Clark the pass to Bosch. Lets the three fly. And that one's good by Clark.
Had dead-eye shooter Clark very comfortable.
What I think a lot of people have heard this one is this idea that
first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the
sort of
contest.
anyone seems
Clark the
into
pass
this.
to Gordon.
I honestly think
He doesn't hit that one.
it's just not true.
Did you understand, though, why people would come to that
Outside,
conclusion?
George.
Especially because they have the Epstein files.
What do you mean?
Clark
Well, the
hits the
Epstein
box.
files are supposed to be released, and there was a
Back to
tremendous
Clark.
amount of
Fires from deep.
resistance.
And
Those
again,
files.
New York with the triple.
Well, that's the
Saying,
basis
like,
of the
the
game.
fear is that whatever's in the Epstein
the
files
ability to
was
stretch
used
out
to
that
blackmail the administration and different people.
Or at the very least, the people
defended by
that
Gordon, and it's blocked by Gordon.
the Epstein
access
didn't
denied. Time that
Oh,
one.
look at
do their
that.
files.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
There's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Now, here's Maxey.
He paid off for the stupidest
Speed
people
with
in
the
the world.
screen on Clark. And here's Maxey
They're
outside.
like,
That one's no good. 0-1 to begin the game. Clark dishes to Gordon. Clark kicks to Bosch.
the guy, they're in the White House.
Here's the
They
three.
have the Congress.
No good from
They
Clark.
have the Senate. They have the Supreme Court.
Grimes
It
passes
is
to Maxey. To the inside. Embiid. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
for a fool. For a fool.
Clark for three.
It's so wild to hear Tim say that line about how they're in the White House and they have the Congress, the Senate, the Supreme Court. Think about how far we've come. The people who supported this administration are now turning on them. But you can see on the flip side, in a couple of those JRE clips, Rogan was actually trying to push back against what Vance was saying. And for Joe, as I've been documenting in forensic detail for a few years now, that is him pushing back. That's as far as Rogan goes against someone like JD Vance. And you can see exactly why he doesn't go further, because Vance was getting frustrated. He was shaking his head around, taking sips from that fucking mug, whatever he's drinking in there. That's not what he came to JRE Studios to do. He came there to promote a book and do his folksy routine. You know, he had that you weren't going to fact check energy. And that right there is the perfect example of why Rogan very rarely pushes back. He's going to lose access, and that's why he does it. He wants that seat at the table. I've been saying this for years. But then compare that to Tim Dillon, who's basically saying, fuck this, I don't want access anymore. He saw the backlash he got from getting into bed with these guys, you know, the lunches, the behind-the-scenes dialogue with all the texting and shit, and decided he doesn't need any of that anymore. He'd rather stand by his audience than keep playing nice with an administration that's taking everyone.
Timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
And in this next book, Tim actually calls out what I was saying a year ago about the Baker situation. They know intelligence agencies were involved. They're admitting that. But then it's just, yeah, whatever. What are you going to do? Investigate?
JD says that David Rogan was like, yeah, he's cheating on relationships, but this intelligence agency now won. It was all for the man, and I'll go to my death believing there was a greater conspiracy. Basically, what JD's saying is that we don't plan to do anything about it.
Minutes played in the
We
first
don't plan
quarter.
to flesh out the dimension of whatever quote conspiracy there was. We don't want to find these things out. We have to concede that there's some real questions to be asked. Because we know you
Three-point bomb.
Look,
it was, you have to go back to 2007, 2008. The original Alex Acosta investigation of Jeffrey Epstein, where he basically dropped federal charges. I think Epstein ended up getting prosecuted on some sort of local thing. But the original warrant back in 2008, what was he looking for? What was he allowed to look for? What were they collecting? It was not looking at a broader conspiracy. From the 80s and 90s up to 2006, 2007, anything that existed that we didn't get back then was disputed.
A walking bucket. Her all-around shot-making
your brains that are still functioning.
And the dunk by
your brains are still functioning.
And wait to finish.
They're soaking in frappuccinos and energy drinks. And, your foot strokes on the way to work and every day. The air quality's bad. There's fecal matter in the ocean. We poison your non-waste till Sunday. Your kids are chewing out.
He's worked hard on her three-point shot.
We know.
And the foul called on Ben
spans and brains.
That is his first foul of the game.
More than 20 seconds. It's still, even in that,
35 seconds left in the first.
Some of you are
Maxey passes to Watford.
We can't tell you that there's nothing to see here, which, by the way, we tried 2 months ago. When this whole thing happened, we tried to go out and say,
outside Gordon. Clark outside.
Actually, because when the
Eyes again, kicks it out to Gordon.
We have it's weird.
With one on the clock, and he got that one up in
so
time.
So that's basically Tim's entire point right there. They spent years calling out the previous administrations for hiding the Epstein situation, blaming the deep state for protecting the elites and themselves because they were in those files. Then they got into government at Exeter.
Man, do I have a bunch of clips for you guys. So, we got a guy.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play. Saying that this one has been one-sided so far.
Everything about
and a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
Everything.
And something else that's working for them is
throwing some serious stuff
so far
at the wall.
As a result of smart
I don't know if we're going to react.
There with Brandon Ingram.
So
then it's Iverson. Then there's Towns. And it's Jones in at the two. They're the group New York will start the second one.
I just wanted to show you guys
now here's Iverson.
I know Rob O'Neill. He's now just openly talking about
Jones dishes to Iverson.
What is everybody?
They get it back. And change shot. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
As I've been saying,
in their subtleties, the Big Cat's approach. Nice pump fake that time.
New York shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line in this one. The free throw drops for Towns. Bosch is checked in for New York.
Be within my ability to reason
and Towns drops them both.
He's
shown a great touch at the line. They've tested the big guy, but he's come through.
All of these other tier 1 guys are talking about. But whatever.
Pass to Drummond. Now it's Gordon with that one around. Sinks the three-pointer.
And so many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had this kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Now here's Bosch. Still scoreless. Jones hits the two, and it's good off the back rim and in.
Shooting while in rhythm. You like to see that aggressive approach.
And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach needs a moment to talk things over.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, that's not
the trail behind the bullet is not the paper trail behind the bullet is not carrying enough force to do that. Why did it blow out that way? And this is immediate. I'm talking about the thought that you can't help but think. When I say don't think of an elephant, you just saw it. You couldn't help it. When that happened, I thought that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. And I'm talking my immediate reaction. My gut instinct is that.
Then for the 76ers, Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Drummond. Paul George comes in for Trendon Watford. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Eric Gordon.
And how about the raw athleticism of Edgecourt? He gets to the rim with ease.
It seems more get your shit together.
Here's
When
Iverson.
they were gathering equipment,
It's rebounded by Edgecombe.
Again, and I'm talking
Philadelphia
about
trails by 11. Greg, we know something every scout liked about B.J. Edgecombe was his raw physical ability.
Yeah, many felt he was already NBA ready in terms of his physique. He's fast, he's strong, and he just can just leap out of the gym. No waiting for him to fill out. This guy is
Because
ready
again, this is one
to
of those
go.
ones where you're like, that's about as credible of a source as you're ever going to get.
Here's Philadelphia.
So I'm just going to leave that one there for the time being.
George looking over the floor.
And now we're
Gas to
going to look
grind.
at Paramount Tactical
Inside.
response here to
It'll go, and the New York Liberty cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Paul George.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack
video response
confidence
to
or accomplish his score.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, she is just dominating this one. Every time she catches the ball, she's looking to score.
I think that she's trying to get Erica killed, which I've already talked about. Is
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second
going
quarter.
on here that
Edgecombe, no good.
than we think in terms of
New York
what
leading
comes
by
next.
12.
So, Kevin, he's talking about velocity.
Wembanyama passes to Bosch.
Buckle in for that, because I've got a lot to say about that number as well. Okay.
Gordon outside.
So listen, if you
Rebounded
guys
by
would
Joel
like to
Embiid.
support my work
Well,
and subscribe
he
to the
wants
channel,
to
that would be
shoot his way
amazing. And
out of
also,
this cold spell,
I would just say if you're not
the
subscribed,
struggles.
very unlikely you're going to
Yeah,
get
I
suggested
get
most of
it,
my content
but you
for
don't
whatever,
want
for
to
whatever
force
reason.
things. It's better to get your shots
Yes,
within the flow of the offense.
And it's George missing.
everybody knows it. You want the semantics and be specific. Let's do
And
that.
here
You
is
remember
Clark.
just the other day, Sean Ryan showed
Wembanyama
canvas
finds
when you
Gordon.
lied to everybody,
New York
including
moving it
right
around.
to Sean Ryan's face.
No good
said
for Clark.
this.
And then this Brian
Philadelphia
Purple line,
trails by
which
12.
I'm being sued because of your show.
Dash to Edgecombe.
What did he say? He's what?
Now
What
here's
is he suing
Embiid.
you for?
Defended by Wembanyama. And the dunk by Edgecombe.
Well, that's a smart play. Taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. As now we'll give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And Philadelphia making a change here.
And you know it. You're not being sued because you said Brian Harple did a bad
New
job.
York leading by
You're
10.
being sued because you're
Clark,
claiming
the
that
pass to
Brian Harple was
Towns.
part of
Here's
the
Bosch,
conspiracy
covered by
to
Oubre.
kill Charlie Kirk. You're claiming that
Play
the
from Clark for 2. New York, no good that time either.
But for everybody out there, don't
Here's
take my word
Maxey.
for it. Let's read
Cranked
the
in
lawsuit.
off the glass.
Snow entered into an
Maxey's
conspiracy
got
with Owens
6.
for the express
Nice
purpose of
read by
engaging
Maxey.
in
Sees it, hits
deliberate
it.
campaign
Done.
designed to defame Harple, ruin his reputation.
Clark for 3.
Snow agreed that Owens would
Rebound
use
by
her
the
network,
76ers.
the podcast, website, social media
59 seconds left in the first half of
By
basketball.
either Candace Owens LLC or George Tom Inc. to promote and publish
Outside,
Snow's
Maxey.
fallacious narrative
Pass
that
to
Harple
Embiid.
was involved in a plan with the United States
Got it.
to
Good
have
job
her
in the low post.
assassinated.
Well, when you move the
Importantly,
ball,
the
you
description of
open
the
up
episode reads,
defense.
after today,
Great
I do
job
not know
to
how
make
this
the
leads to
unselfish
anything
play.
other than full confession from the government about their involvement in Charlie Kirk's assassination. The description read within the context of the content of the episode clearly sends a message that Snow witnessed Harple leaving a meeting where he was conspiring with the military or federal government to have Charlie Kirk assassinated. Kirk 42. The claim that Harple was present at Fort Huachuca on September 9, 2025 for an alleged meeting is verifiably false, as Harple's travel records plainly place him in Dallas, Texas. There would also be records showing Harple's access to the base. Owens had access to these records, but dismissed them without any investigation. I mean, they did not provide an alibi for when the meeting concluded. To avoid any uncertainty, Brian Harple has never been to Fort Huachuca. However, additionally, there's no evidence that such a meeting even took place with or without Harple. Despite the verifiable falsity of her claims, Owens' supporters understood responses that she was claiming Harple conspired with the Trump administration to assassinate Charlie Kirk. So there you go, King. You're caught in just one more of a long. Let me comment on that. So I just have to ask, are they giving her like the type of access that would be appropriate for her to let discovery on whether or not he was in fact involved in whatever happened? Because again, you guys know that at least one of my hypotheses, I feel like I just need to make sure that I say this in all the videos. I'm not saying Charlie's live. I'm definitely not saying security helped him do it. I'm not saying
there's a huge broad conspiracy to fake Charlie's death. I'm not saying that because how would I possibly know that? I'm also not saying that Lance Twiggs and a bunch of trans police, once framed Tyler Robinson for doing this, but those are my two hypotheses. And in the event that I found myself in this situation, I would potentially use Discovery to investigate whether or not there was more evidence of these involved. And you want to know what I would do? If I were Candace, and I would certainly, recommend this to her defense team, I would take all of the evidence that people have found from the day of, and that would be my case. Because I would say, am I allowed to have an opinion? Yes. Am I allowed to share my opinion about things that I look at? Yes. Okay. So, was I acting with malice? Defamation requires malice. Was I acting with malice when I said that the security was involved? Look at this video. Because the thing is, things are just objective. It's like if you say, Farnsworth running over and jumping up on the wall and getting a perfect shot of Charlie's body being carried to the car with absolutely no blood trail whatsoever. They apparently didn't squirt his neck very well. They didn't follow protocol. There's no blood on Charlie's shirt. I mean, like the amount of blood on Charlie's shirt makes absolutely no sense. It's the white shirt. If you point that out, like, is a reasonable judge going to look at that and go, oh yeah, super unreasonable to think that maybe those people very poorly didn't pull their guns? Might have been involved, given the fact that there's all this. You got a SEAL Team 6 guy, Rob O'Neill, who says that is not what it looks like when someone is shot with a firearm.
Now Walker.
So, like,
he's got 6.
How are you saying that I'm acting with malice? Right? But on the Paramount Tactical side,
and what an
that is that is the only relevant wording related to that lawsuit, and he just read it, and I mean, then it does sound like it sounds like he's only showing one part of the lawsuit. Candace saying that she's only being sued because she said that they were incompetent appears to not be fully accurate. But again, like, I don't know, she's on a podcast, man. She's on a podcast. You guys know I have her back, dude. I don't know what I'm looking at. Anyway, let's continue.
You have to be impressed with the offensive production. What you don't have is a single piece of evidence in the last 10 months. Not a single 10 months. Millions of dollars. 200 episodes. You don't have a single piece of evidence that would be admissible in court. You're doing a great job with the investigation, but you're not being sued because you said good job. You're being sued because you are accusing him with a single piece of evidence of being involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. You're just a liar.
And, well, what I would say to that is I have made some statements on my show, and just like every other time that I ever talk about this, I mean, I shouldn't have to always say this, but just to make sure, in case someone hasn't seen my other videos, I have made no statements of fact whatsoever, because how would I? Like, yeah, obviously, I'm doing this because I'm just a smart person, and I know the second that I say everything that I say in this video is opinion, I am clear on defamation, but it really is just my opinion, okay? Even if I look really confident, I go, hey guys, like, what do you think about that, you know? Jump over the table, or the Lance Twiggs one. It's like, so you're telling me that the text thread happens at midnight? Oh, it happened at midnight? That text thread. And none of these investigators can figure out that it is very, very bizarre. It doesn't even match people's story, and the fact that Discord, the Discord confession, apparently, according to Barron, the Discord confession is after Tyler's in custody. When you guys can't go like this, you can't look at your watches and realize, like, well, how could he have done that? It's like, well, geez, I don't know. Well, he was in custody, right? Did he have access to his phone? I don't know. I actually don't know. So maybe he confessed while in custody. That's possible. That's totally possible. Anything is possible. I'll give you another example. Because it's just an example of, like, this is what open-minded analysis looks like, okay? So the case that my buddy Alex Jones had used to destroy his, everything that he had built. You guys know which one I'm talking about. Would never mention it by name, right? So that whole thing, what he said that he thought may have been, okay? So that incident, I just had to have a conversation with someone who was like, probably knew half of 1% of what actually happened as it related to that. And I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about, okay? One of the reasons, the main reason, that he was so suspicious that maybe you were looking at crisis actors is because there's a guy in a video who's on the stage who's literally laughing and yucking it up with the whole group in front of everybody, and they say, "Where's no?" He goes, "Oh, we're going now?" He goes, "Oh, we're going up? All right." Walks up to the microphone and then goes, "All right, we're going? Okay."
They've been playing some ferocious defense.
Gets a character in front of everyone.
Return shortly.
I'm not saying he's a crisis actor. How would I know? He might just be a weirdo. But here's the thing. He might also, this is where I'm going with this. He could be theoretical. I mean, I'm not saying him personally, but in that same situation, someone could be a crisis actor, and that also might not be that the underlying crime happened. Because think about it. If that whole thing actually did happen, and we're with the media, and you're like, okay, we need to tell this story. But Jesus, we're not going to have any of these parents have to go and go in front of cameras and microphones. Like, why don't we just get the story from someone, and then we can have an actor kind of play the part of one of these parents. We don't need to put them out in this horrifying time for them where they just lost everything. Thus, you could have a crisis actor, and the crime could still be real, or the incident could still be real. Okay, I'm not saying that any of that is accurate. What I'm saying is, if you have a genuine open mind, you can do things in many other places.
Philadelphia. Ingram comes with the double team. Over in the corner, Edgecombe. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
The information you needed to exonerate or at least gave you information that indicated that. You don't have to buy into it. Only you did have the responsibility to tell your position. Yet, during the interview with Mitch Snow, you didn't even mention it once. And don't even go with, "Oh, I was texting Brian Harple." You released that original episode on December 8th. You didn't even send Brian Harple. And by the way, you already implicated him in that first episode. You didn't send him any text messages until after your meeting with Eric and Kurt. The damage was done. You already claimed that he was, first of all, this is one thing I will absolutely respond to about this, is I, for 100% sure, saw
Ingram deciding where to go with it. The three from Iverson. Won't controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And he was determined to come away with points on that possession. Great hustle.
And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. So both teams changing it up here. Substitution on the court. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play.
So she has already said, I do not validate the
Bosh against Edwards. McCain gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Here's New York. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Clark outside from deep three-point land. Oubre pulls it in. No one near Edgecombe as he lets it fly. Hits it from three-point range.
Locked and loaded. Edgecombe firing at will.
It's stolen by McCain. Here's Oubre. Rejected by Walker.
And he sends a message with that swat. Do not come in my house.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. And they pick up two.
And one of the many ways Maxey can hurt you with his shooting, lightning fast on that release.
A three from Bosh. Bangs home the trifecta. Bosh has got his first 3 points of the game.
That's a timely pass, setting her teammate up for success.
Maxey with it, and it's Gordon picking him up. Maxey with the screen on Walker. Shot by Grimes, no good. They've been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
It doesn't take much for Walker to get on a roll. But right now, boy, he is cooking.
And the rejection by Wembanyama. Clark, the pass to Walker. 9 for 9, looking deadly accurate. Like, guys, he cannot miss.
It's so important to get points in the paint. Makes it a lot harder on the defense.
So, New York going with almost an entire new group. Towns is checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Brandon Ingram comes in for Walker. Herbert Jones is checked in for Gordon. And Iverson's subbed in for Clark. First one falls for him.
Well, we've all watched Maxey's game grow through the years, and he continues to improve.
Both good from the line that time. 1:58 left to play in the final quarter. Bosch dishes to Clark. Back to Bosch. Walker in the post. Working on George. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
That's my opinion.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. To the middle. It's stolen by Wembanyama. Clark outside. And so here is Philadelphia. The three from George. It's Clark with the rebound. George has gotten only 2 of his 8 attempts to fall from the floor. Shots good by Walker.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this.
Count it.
The big fella, Embiid, making it look too easy.
Embiid's gone 3 of 6 from the floor. New York calls timeout. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. So New York going with almost an entire new group. Ben Wallace, he's checked in for Wembanyama. Brandon Ingram comes in for Walker. Herbert Jones, he's checked in for Ben Gordon. And Allen Iverson is subbed in for Clark.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
George with the steal. Grimes passes to Maxey. Good, nice job down low.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carry overs into the next game.
Yeah, a loss stings a little less if you at least feel like you put up a fight, but only a little less.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Wallace misses. Outside, George. So no problem for New York as they get the win. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and putting together just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go.
Good morning and welcome to Breaking Points. As always, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter yet, you can do it.
Yeah, this looks great.
BreakingPoints.com. It's free. Tells you what's the show. What more do you want?
And if you want a premium sub, you can do it over at BreakingPoints.com too, and that gives you an even longer version of the newsletter. But I would still say it's concise, and it gets you the links that we use as we prep the show. So make sure you head on over there. People are loving it. So BreakingPoints.com. Thanks to everybody who signed up.
The biggest news, of course, and we'll keep this for the end of the show, which is an old kind of radio trick to keep people listening. That'll be Emily's review of her first fish show. That's what everybody wants to hear. Any top line thoughts? Let's talk. We can talk about it at the end of the program.
Vibes were chill.
The vibes were
3 words.
Vibes were definitely chill.
Seeing Ryan at a fish show is seeing Ryan at his absolute peak.
My happy place.
Yeah, no, truly.
It was a super fun day. The kids were. They were not so keen on it, but
they got, slushies or whatever else.
It was an education.
It was. But lots to get to on the show today, Ryan. Breaking news on the Iran front. Also, Trump striking a brand new deal with Saudi Arabia on it's about nuclear proliferation in the Middle East, so obviously relevant to ongoing negotiations in Iran and strikes continuing as well. So much to break down on that front just in the last few hours.
Exith was on Capitol Hill, Trump was in the Oval Office, so we've got a lot of sound to work our way through.
Yes, Exith begging for money on Capitol Hill, and I promise you, he's going to get it.
Well, yeah, he will.
He's going to get it. It might be a little bit of a fight, though.
We'll pay up.
Yeah. Also, huge developments in Lebanon that we're going to go through. Ryan Dropsite's been doing a lot of work on this.
Yeah, nobody's ever tried a civil war in Lebanon, so Trump's like, let's do that. Meanwhile, Yemen is threatening to close down and has, in fact, 4 Saudi ships shut down Bab el-Mandeb Strait, which has been running a couple million barrels per day of oil. So if you liked $4 a gallon gas, you're going to love what's coming next.
Just you wait. It's only getting better. Midterm elections. We have some results to get to in Arizona, but also new polling showing exactly how bad the situation is for Republicans. New polling putting the House and the Senate. This is another radio trick, Ryan. We won't tell you who the polling is from, but trust us, it's significant that the polling is showing Democrats now face a toss-up in the Senate and leading for control of the House. So we'll go through those numbers with everyone. New tariffs on Canada. This is a pretty significant economic development. Lots of foreign policy and politics in the show, but a pretty significant economic development to go through. Jon Stewart and his thoughts on the DSA. You're going to want to hear this. Jon Stewart's thoughts on the DSA.
He told his fans that he was now a diva and was going to embrace this energy. This new look caught everyone by surprise, as just a year ago, he detailed his struggles with feeling the industry was trying to change him into somebody else. But not only after this, he went from looking like this to this. Now, after what just happened in Streamer University, people were starting to believe Black Boy became everything he was afraid of. You likely notice nowadays, streamers are willing to do anything and everything to keep.
We're not supposed to use plastic straws anymore because the turtles. Yeah, I used to think that was BS until a year ago. Here in Kentucky, I left a plastic straw in the gutter. 1 year later, it hospitalized Mitch McConnell. I guess all turtles don't need to be saved, you know. But of all the turtles, he is the most endangered, you know. Yeah, and so I guess the gravity's trying to unseat him. And APAC didn't even have to pay it. I guess it was GPAC. But anyways, he was tripping. And
so when you talk about the Tate brothers, I think it is important that we make a clear differentiation between the two of them, even though they share a bank account and they are essentially inseparable. They're as close to twin brothers as you're going to get. But I will say that the ability to navigate situations like this is, increased exponentially due to Andrew's abilities on the microphone, on camera, and through his networking, because he's a very intelligent person. Doesn't make him any less evil in the event that he committed the types of acts that he's being charged with here. But I'm sure that he was making phone calls to, people in his network like Patrick Bet-David, as well as others who have access to the president, because ultimately, in order for them to have to face these charges, they were going to have to get extradited. And there's only one person who could make that not happen. And again, it's the big guy. You may recall he had a pair of golden sneakers that he sold and done a lot of other stuff that we can talk about. But today what we're going to be talking about is how he has decided that he's definitely 100% not going to help them. And they're going to get extradited. They're going back to the UK. Whatever these guys were working on behind the scenes, which I imagine was probably pretty extensive. Probably doing a lot of things trying to get the backing of the big guy. I would say one of those things might have been, his appearance on Patrick Bet-David's show after that big group of the alpha males. They did the thing where they went to the club and it was like they put on Kanye West, #1 hit in Israel. Opposite. So they played that in the club. And the next day, Entertainment was on Patrick Bet-David's show apologizing. He was like, wow, this is weird seeing him apologize. Not really a guy I would have expected that from. But anyway, it's not playing out the way that he would have hoped, you know? Because again, what we have now found out is that the POTUS has said, no, you guys are going to go to Britain and you're going to face the music, you know, on these charges, which are egregious things. Like, you know, like I can't even describe them verbally at this point of the video because you guys understand why. We'll get out of stress. But however, there's a lot more to talk about here, okay? Because I have a feeling that there are a lot of people who still don't understand why I, in this one case, seem to be, you know, not in favor of due process, etc. And like, I never root for bad stuff for anyone, so it's got to be a little bit weird, even though I talked about it in my live stream and I did a video about it. But just in case you guys have not seen,
when you run game like me,
this clip,
women who I meet, roll in the
whoa. Don't try to take over the conversation, Tristan. I want to make sure that they are able to see the specific clip that I wanted to play, so that everyone understands why I have the approach to this story that I do. However, after reviewing the other video, we are going to look at that first. But the way that this played out, I just literally went off on like a 9-minute tangent on the clip that I had showed before. And I highly suggest that you guys watch it. If you think that I'm funny, you know, if I ever say anything to get your blood pressure, you know, moving in the right direction, you're like, yeah, dude. I would say it's a good rant, dude. You're going to enjoy it a lot. But it's too long in advance of the actual story. And consideration of my audience is exactly why you should subscribe to the channel right now. Ring the bell so you know when I upload. Otherwise, you know, if you're subscribed, you might get suggested my stuff. If you're not subscribed, for sure, YouTube is not going to suggest your stuff to me. I don't know what is going on. I think it's because I did the interview with, you know, Pete or whatever. Neither here nor there. But subscribe if you want to be suggested. And everybody, please like this video. You know, if you are not down with tricking girls into slavery, right? So anyway, so the big guy, President of the United States, will allow the tapes to be extradited to the UK as unsealed court records allege they choked and raped women. Man. And since I'm putting the videos next, I am sure that there are going to be people who are saying this is the Matrix and it's the deep state. It's not true. He already, you know, Andrew already talked about it. I saw an interview he was doing with Pierce Morgan, you know, that was already done. We're going to address that, I promise. I'm not saying that he did or he didn't. We're going to just see what they say later. Anyway, so they were arrested at the bare knuckle boxing event in Miami on Saturday. British detectives over charges of rape. Yeah, so they've got all these charges, 21 charges for.
Welcome everyone to 2K Sports. We've got
and then now they've got another whatever that's 59 total. And the president was like, "Yeah, sorry, dude. You guys are going to have to go and face the music." So their lawyer actually asked him to intervene, claiming that the president was elected to fight against this kind of nonsense and that the Tates had supporters all the way at D.C. Hey, something about it, you know, it's a tough lesson to learn that supporters who are, you know, big on TikTok and are under, you know, 28, not necessarily going to be the kinds of supporters that are going to be able to flex a lot more.
And the dunk by Purdy. Outstanding look right there. Love to see him pass it up for a better look.
Person's on the wing.
Let's just, you know, let's let Black take over.
And Pirtle pulls it down. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. And it's quickly in the corner.
I understand why.
And they call the foul, so he's got the one chance here to make it a three-point play.
The more good work he does inside, the more it helps his entire game.
Which
Connor shooting their first free throw of the game. The Raptors making a switch here.
His name is, like, it's not because we need money. That's not why I did that. The problem, though, is that
quickly, no good on the free throw. And another of these young, talented players out of camp. R.J. Barrett is a high-level NBA athlete.
It's in the blood. His father played for the Canadian national team. Barrett, an attacker who loves to get down.
Can't connect from 13 feet out.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was on.
Here's Dick. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
So much balance when Dick's in the air. Always able to square his chest and make a confident throw.
Clark for three, and it's Toronto with the rebound.
I'm going to show you guys the clip again, really quick. Super quick.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Barrett, no good. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
Rant that I saw that I thought was so bizarre and so wrong that I have to respond to. Like, I'm not trying to start shit with this guy at all. I'm just like, I watched it, I'm like, hey, like, this is giving advice. Like, this is giving advice to, like, young men. Like, I actually think I have the responsibility to, like,
it's been a quick start here for Toronto. Dick finds quickly. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, the numbers show it. R.J. Barrett much more comfortable shooting from the corner.
Gordon against Dick. Pass to Clark. Off the run. It's rebounded by Quickly. In the corner, Barrett with it. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. In the corner, Parsons with it. Back to Clark. In the corner, Wallace with it. Clark, the pass to Wallace. Fires for three. Buries the long-range jumper.
Never a bad plan setting up Clark. She's seemingly always ready to fight.
And stolen by Wallace. Clark for three. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, she keeps the defense honest there by spacing the floor. Threes are big for this offense.
Dick finds Barrett. And the rejection by Clark.
Well, remember, Caitlin is a sneaky 6 feet, and you love to see that kind of activity from Clark on the defensive end.
And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
New York. This guy's like,
on its way from Clark for two. And again, it's New York.
You have to get out to her a little quicker. She's got fast hands and a very quick release.
Pass to Quickly. Gordon against Dick. Quickly kicks to Barnes. No good, unable to end this run. New York trails by 4. Wallace the pass to Clark. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. Quickly with a wide open look. And again, Toronto no luck.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Outside Gordon. Back to Ingram. Pass to Gordon. And here is Ingram. Defended by Pirtle. 6 to shoot. And that one's good by Clark.
And there is the limitless range of Clark. You have to pick her up at half court.
And timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Here's Shed. Iverson covering. Dick against Jones. Pass to Mobo. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And all the attention goes to Dick's jump shot, but he's a willing passer as well.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Iverson passes to Jones. Parker with it. Parsons for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. It's all knotted up.
Superb at firing off the catch. Give Parsons any sort of separation, and he'll exploit it.
After Abaji for three. Was shot off that time. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter, Clark in the tie. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
Here's Shed after New York gets the three. Here's Abaji. Still without a basket. Pass to Shed, and Clark over to help. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Here's Walker. Pass to Parsons. Back to Walker. Parsons dishes to Walker. New York moving it around. 5 on the clock. Parsons attacking. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Using those long strides well. When Parsons is on the attack, tough to slow him down.
Here's Mobo to the paint. Here's Walter. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points in close range.
Walker's shot is off. Toronto trails by 3. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Abaji drops in the tray.
Taking what the defense gives him and showing how effective his jumper can be.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. Both teams deciding to change it up. Abaji's gone 50% from the arc, 1 of 2. And New York looking at who they've got. They've got Walker. Iverson is out there with Gordon. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Towns in at the 5 spot. And Parsons gets it to go.
And capable of knocking it down from deep. Parsons, a ton of confidence in that jumper.
Takes it inside, and it's good for 2. Quickly's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's a great trip. You always want to end up with those close looks.
Here's Walker, and he banks in the layup.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Quickly the pass to Ingram. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And here's quickly for 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. New York leading by 3. Walker goes in. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And look at how mobile Walker is. Terrific at just attacking the rim there and finishing.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Some changes for Toronto. They're checked in for Ingram. And Grady Dick subbed in for Walter. On defense, New York. On the wing quickly. Parsons against Barrett. Pass to Pirtle. On the wing, Barnes. Buries the long-range jumper. Barnes has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Clark finds Walker. Now Parsons. Back to Walker. Puts it up from 12, and again it's New York.
And you know, anytime Twan touches it, he is thinking one thing: bucket.
Barnes outside. Off target from three-point range. New York leading by 4. Walker taking his time here. Back to Clark from deep. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Well, this is what everyone came to see. Clark being relentless on offense, looking so dialed in.
Dick wide open, and right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And that's the right play, creating an opportunity there for her teammate.
Barnes outside, puts up a 3, and the 3 ball is good. Barnes has got a pair of triples in the second now for Toronto.
In the always evolving game of Barnes, I like seeing him waste no time there, letting that one go.
Shot's good by Walker.
And what a pass from her right there. You love seeing this kind of team.
Quickly against Clark. And it's quickly missing. Gordon finds Wembanyama. And there's Parsons on the assist by Wembanyama. Parsons got the lead up to 7 now for New York. Stolen by Gordon. And so it's New York bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Back right after this. Played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And so here is New York. 7-point differential. Clark outside. Here's Parsons. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And far from just a jump shooter, Parsons also has the touch down low when needed.
And it's Pirtle at the elbow. Barrett wide open. He fires. Drains the three-pointer. Barrett's got 9. Here's Clark. Parsons outside. And he makes good on the layup. And New York leads by 8.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Now Clark, after R.J. Barrett's three-pointer that didn't go.
And we know Clark can hit those deep threes, but I think she's at her best going to the rim.
And timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. New York on D. 10-point lead. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Parsons against Barrett. Barnes outside. Faster quickly. And here is Pirtle. Here's Barrett. And again, Toronto no up.
Well, when you get that kind of look inside, you have to capitalize.
Here's Walker, and it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And here's quickly for 3. New York leading by 12. Outside, Walker. From outside the arc, count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Now, here's Barrett. He's got 9. Inside, shot to stop the run, and it's Pirtle that time on the assist by Barrett. Pirtle's got his 2nd basket.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Gordon. Hasn't made one yet. Clark for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Well, Clark's range is just incredible. The defense has to be better than that.
Gordon against Dick. Pass to Pirtle. 1:41 left in the third. Shot clock at 5. Pirtle sets the pick for Barrett. 3-pointer on the way. New York leading by 16. And Parsons kicks to Clark. Here's Wembanyama. Gordon for 3. It's good from long range. Gordon's got himself on the board with 3 there.
What a selfless play from her. Passes like this show she wants to win.
Pass to Dick. And here's Ingram from the arc. Parsons with the rebound. And so it's Parsons with it. He'll bring it up for New York. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Connects from 3-point range.
Boy, she has been on top of it here. What a performance.
Pass to Barrett. Toronto working the ball around now to end the run. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
And it's Clark with the jam.
And right now, she has the hot hand. If they're smart, they'll keep getting her the rock.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Ingram finds Barrett. And it's quickly in the corner. No good on the 3. Left side, Gordon. Back to Clark. Out to Wallace. No good on the last second attempt there. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. New York ahead, delivering the blowout. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. We've got Grady Dick, and it's Barnes, and at the 4. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Pass to Shed. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Shed's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Raptors. New York leading by 20. Towns in the corner. Makes it off the glass.
A prolific inside scorer since his first day in the league. Towns gets the job done down low.
Barnes against Walker. Now here's Barnes. Up and in on the layup.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Walter, he's checked in for Dick. And New York making a change here. And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. And Toronto making a change here. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Walker. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way. Offensive rebound. And Parsons kicks to Clark. Drains the three-pointer. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New York.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another place they're finding success is in transition. They've been working hard to get ahead of the defense and find those easy ones.
New York leading by 21. Parsons outside. Fires the three. They grab their own miss. Launches it. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Pirtle kicks to Barnes. Pirtle with a screen on Wembanyama. 6 on the shot clock. Barnes can't get it to go. And so it's New York with it. Gordon dishes to Clark. And again, New York with the triple.
Well, if she gets that look from deep, she's going to take it. And normally, she's going to make it.
Barnes passes to Abaji. He tries for three. Barnes can't get it to go. Here's New York. Here's Walker. The shot's good.
It doesn't take much for Walker to get on a roll. But right now, boy, he is cooking.
Pass to Shed. Down low. Abaji. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And it's Walker that time on the assist from Parsons. Walker's got 4 this quarter.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss.
Whoa!
Watch out below, driving with some bad intentions.
And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And it's Shed missing.
And well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
That one misses for Clark.
I really want to applaud the poise of Caitlin Clark. The expectations and media pressure have all been through the roof, and she has handled it so well.
Now here's Ingram. And Pirtle pulls it down. To end the drought. Here's Barnes. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And that's just using his strength to fight for that rebound, and then Barnes able to send it back.
Back to Clark. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Well, you know, being able to quick release shots like that is how you stay ahead of the defense.
Pass to Dick. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Clark for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And she's cooking with grease. You love seeing players like her command the ball and take over like this.
A three from Quickly. It's rebounded by New York. Parker finds Clark. Lets it go with a three. Yep, it's good. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching. And as we leave, we present our player of the game. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast. This is 2K Sports bringing you tonight's game. Tonight, it'll be Chicago going up against New York. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. So New York wins the tip. Giddey against Clark. Pass to Parsons. Back to Clark. Jacks up a three. That's in. Coming off the assist from Parsons.
Well, this is her shot. Clark is an absolute terror from beyond the arc, whether she's set or moving.
Giddey finds White. The tray, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter and earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
At times, she is tough to contain, especially when she's moving the basketball.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Pass to Vucevic, shoots the three, and the Bulls another three.
Working it to Vucevic, and he does not hesitate.
Parsons looking it over. Wembanyama passes to Parsons. And again, New York with the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Here's Giddey, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Chandler Parsons.
A different type of player, Josh Giddey, pretty much a 6'8" point guard. Giddey doesn't take a lot of threes, but rather shares the ball.
That free throw good from Giddey. Well, Josh Giddey, an outstanding playmaker. We know that, Coach. Are we calling him a point forward or a 6'8" point guard?
To me, Kevin, he's a pure point guard at 6'8". This guy's got great size, but he's most comfortable with the ball in his hands, making plays for other people and running an offense. He can handle and pass as well as any.
Now, here's Clark. And Parsons kicks to Clark. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
Into the lineup for Chicago, number 30, Trey Jones.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Pass to Giddey for the three. It's rebounded by New York. Wembanyama left side. Clark outside. New York, no good that time either. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. The three. And it's White missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Giddey following the miss by Chandler Parsons. 2 points. That one goes. Vucevic has got 5 points so far.
Well, offensively, that's what you want to get. Vucevic from point-blank range.
Giddey against Parsons. Clark for three. Hits it from three-point range.
Look, she knows how important that shot is for effectiveness of this offense.
It's Jones on the wing. The wide open look here for Vucevic. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Vucevic has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Chicago. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And New York making
change here.
With your dance team.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Team ball.
1:56 left to play in the first. And it's White missing. New York trailing. Clark dishes to Gordon. Back to Clark. Three-pointer. Sinks the three-pointer.
No problem with that one. She gets to her spot in the corner and knocks it down.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Chicago. He takes it in. White wide open. He fires. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Well, if you're looking for a three-point duel, White's up to the challenge.
Gordon, the pass to Clark. And again, New York with the triple.
She isn't messing around out there. When you drain a three on her squad, she's coming for revenge.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Chicago making a switch here. So it's Chicago now. They trail by 1. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. Gordon finds Bosch. Here's Hill. Back to Clark from past the arc. And again, New York with the triple.
And Caitlin Clark is lighting it up. A fantastic player. And we're seeing her talents on display tonight.
Now here's Jones. No scoring in this one. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Benyama outside. New York moving it around. And it's Gordon missing. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Nice move there from Vucevic to put it on the floor and get the score.
Clark for 3. Hands it from downtown. Here's Buzelis, sinks the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Nikola Vucevic firing on all cylinders for Chicago. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Way to set the table. Offensively, they dominated on the interior.
Well, if they're going to be that ferocious inside, this defense is in for a long night.
And we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
As tough as they get, Smart's a bulldog out there, does a good job of drawing contact, oftentimes by initiating it.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Carter against Smart. The 11-footer. It's rebounded by New York. To the inside. Here's Wallace. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
And as one of the strongest guys in the league, that's where Wallace wants to operate, down in the paint.
Smart against Carter. Smith outside. Williams inside. He's against Parker. Shot's good by Williams.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Parker passes to Jones. Back to Parker. Now Jones. The shot from the low post is good. Jones has got his first bucket in this one.
I love how she moved the ball right there, setting it up on a platter.
So much great work being done by players in this league, Coach. Herb Jones, for instance, doing a lot to help with financial literacy.
Yeah, I think sometimes, Kevin, what these guys do off the court is overlooked by people, especially maybe that are outside of the community that guy plays in at the time. But there's a lot of guys like Herb Jones who really take the time and make the effort to help people in their community.
New York going with almost an entire new group. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for New York. Parsons with it. He's picked up by White.
Using those long strides well. When Parsons is on the attack, tough to slow him down.
Giddey surveying the D. Smith wide open. He fired. Connects from three-point range. Smith's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Parsons outside. Lets it go from deep. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
And capable of knocking it down from deep. Parsons, a ton of confidence in that jumper.
Smith outside. Giddey against Wembanyama. And Giddey gets it to go.
Great effort offensively. That bucket was well deserved.
Giddey's gotten 2 of his 3 shots to go tonight. Walker in the post. He's guarded by Williams. Shot's good by Walker.
And you know, anytime Twan touches it, he is thinking one thing. Bucket.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Now Giddey. He has 7. Over in the corner, Williams. And stolen by Parsons. Launches a 3. And finished off by Walker.
Terrific hustle on the offensive board. Doing whatever possible to keep the play alive.
Giddey against Parsons. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Hey, that's an aggressive move by Giddey. You love to see it.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. So both teams making some changes here. 1:29 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Clark. Hill kicks to Gordon. New York, no good that time either.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Zealous with the ball. Working on Walker.
And you get the sense that guys are still trying to figure out how to guard Zealous.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
And he makes both free throws.
whether he's off ball or on it. You just love what Buzelis brings to the floor.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They 5-second violation. 1:06 left in the first. Carter finds Giddey. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Vucevic. Carter's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
Yeah, he's a great passing center. You can run offense through Vucevic. Use him as a passing hub.
Clark for three. Buries it from three-point range. And New York leads by 3.
Just working off the ball. She stays ready to catch and fire.
Giddey with the screen on Walker. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Hill kicks to Gordon. It's back to Hill. Outside Gordon. Pass to Clark. This one for 3. And that one's good. Towns.
Yeah, good luck moving Towns off his spot. He'll fight for every rebound.
Here's Buzelis. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. 7 points for Buzelis. Clark for 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. New York leads by 3. And we'll return shortly.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot. One more time, a round of applause for our participants.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Chicago trails by 3. Here's Vucevic. Yep, that one goes. Vucevic has got 14.
Yeah, Vucevic is having no problem finding chances to score. The defense has to rethink how they're defending.
They double-team Walker. Kicks it out to Gordon. Fires for 3. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And here's White. Pass to Vucevic. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Over Wembanyama. And that one comes up a bit short. And so here is New York. They lead by 1. And here's Gordon. Back to Clark. Parsons outside. There's the triple. Knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 11.
Superb at firing off the catch. Give Parsons any sort of separation, and he'll exploit it.
Here's Jones. Parsons with the rebound. New York leading by 4. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
It's your Breakers Dance Crew.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. The shot by Buzelis, no good. And so it's New York with it. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. White against Parsons. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
Well, that third quarter is when you want to increase your lead. Really building it up before that final quarter.
New York leading by 8. Pass to Clark. Parsons against Giddey. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And what you get with Parsons, an excellent feel for the game. Versatile offensively. They would like to see him get to the line a little bit more.
He's off on the second. Chicago with the ball. Here's White. And just miss after miss right now. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. So staying after an up-and-down start to his career, Kobe White is now a proven scoring threat.
He sure as heck is, Kevin. And it's because of 2 things in my mind. Great confidence and great energy every single night. So he's always running and moving, which gets him space and time to shoot the ball. And when he gets that space and time, he has great confidence to let it fly.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Pass to Buzelis. And Jones has it in the corner. It's taken away by Wallace. And it's Clark in the corner. And the call will be against Ben Wallace. That's his first foul.
A dead-eye shooter. Clark very comfortable off the feed.
Clark, 3 points.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pass to Buzelis. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Buzelis has got 10 points.
And dialing up the 3 ball, he finally puts it in to the 14-0 run by New York.
And how about Clark responding to a triple on one end with her own? Such a competitor.
Yep, that one goes in there. 16 points for Vucevic.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Wallace finds Parsons. Back to Wallace. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons.
The assist.
Parsons got his 4th assist in this one. And it's Jones with the ball for Chicago. 15-point game. Pass to Buzelis. Here's White. And it's off from 3-point range. Clark for 3. Good on the 3-point shot.
I'll tell you, she really answered the bell today. She's been a force.
Here's White. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Puts up a deep 3. And again, New York with the triple.
And there is the limitless range of Clark. You have to pick her up at half court.
White down low. Wallace is there. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
And that one's good by Clark.
Shooting while in rhythm. The defense has got to be more mindful of her ability to pull up off the dribble.
Williams with a clean look. And again, Chicago, no good. 1 second left. No good on the last second attempt there. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. New York ahead, just dominating this one. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Home team ball.
Carter with the three. It's rebounded by New York.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
And New York looking at who they've got. Jones is out there with Ben Gordon. Then it's Walker. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hill in at the three, the small forward. Carter looking around. For three, Smith. And Jones pulls it down. There's Gordon with the three, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Gordon's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for New York. Giddey against Jones. To the right side. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Giddey.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
And the Bulls making a change here. Bruce Ellis has checked in. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Clark outside. Parsons for three. It falls for his seventh bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Smooth sailing for New York. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Gordon's gone 1 of 5 from three-point territory. In the corner, Okoro with it. And again, no good by Chicago. Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
Chicago with the ball. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth. And Giddey gets it to go.
Now that was an impressive display of ball control. Giddey is crafty at creating separation.
They double-team Walker. Parsons for three. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And Giddey gets it to go.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
There's Walker with the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking him down, you might as well keep riding it.
Smooth sailing for New York. For three, Gordon, and again, New York with the triple.
Oh, good work finding space outside. It serves him well when that jumper's falling.
Giddey with the bounce pass. Nice shot by Smith.
Listen, yes, Jalen Smith can make a triple, but at his core, he's at his best down low.
Wasted no time on that one.
That's a heads-up play by her. Saw her teammate pop open and got the ball moving when she needed to.
Giddey kicks to Okoro. His three-pointer's off the mark. Here's New York. They're on an 18-7 run. Clark for three. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Home team ball. Substitution report.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Chicago. Pass to White. Now Giddey. Takes a three. Rebound by Parker. Jones dishes to Clark. A quick shot there, and it's off target. Here's Chicago. Takes the 13-footer. That one wide left. Jones for three, and he's good on the three ball.
And Jones has made huge strides as a three-point shooter since his rookie season. He's now a serious threat from out there.
Outside, White. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Shot and game clock separated by 5. No good from Clark. The three. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Jones with it. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
Hey, you know what? I don't care what the match
Welcome, everyone, to 2K Sports. The stage is set. The fans are buzzing. And two teams ready to go. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. The tip-off goes to Detroit. Pass to Ivy. And here is Harris. And a wide-open look for Cunningham. A three-pointer, no good. Wembanyama against Duran. Clark inside. Here's Parsons. Back falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Parsons got the first points up on the board for New York. Butler against Ivy. Cunningham looking it over. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for New York. It's a three-point game. Butler kicks to Parsons. New York moving it around. And again, New York with the triple.
Superb at firing off the catch. Give Parsons any sort of separation, and he'll exploit it.
Ivy with it. Back to Cunningham. A shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And sadly, Jaden Ivey's 2020. Whoa!
Gracious. And there's that fiery attitude of Butler's showing up the defense.
Thompson passes to Harris. No good on the triple.
He may have had too much time to think about it.
Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
Pass to Ivy. Harris kicks to Thompson. And here's Ivy. From outside, off the mark. Three-pointer, Butler, bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
Here's Duran.
Well, that is a solid screen by Duran. And then the big man rolls right into scoring position.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
Attention fans, now on the court, it's your home squad. Everybody get down. Let them hear you. New York
New York leading by 8. Clark for 3. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
You can't give Clark these types of looks from deep. That's just asking for trouble.
Cunningham against Clark. From the line, Cunningham's shot is off. Here's New York. They're on an 18-7 run. Clark, the pass to Wembanyama. Now here's Rudd. Outside Hill. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Detroit making a switch. Detroit trails by 11. Pass Pass to Sasser. Butler against Cunningham. That one's not going to go. Some solid defense from Butler. And so here is New York. There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Shot on the wing, and again it's New York.
A dead-eye shooter. Clark very comfortable off the feed.
Pass to Sasser. Misses the three. New York leading by 13. Beyond the arc. And Jimmy Butler, good for three. Butler's got 10 points in the game.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
Yeah, we thought this might be the case. You see a few of those go through the net, it becomes contagious. Look, you love to see this kind of team chemistry. Let's see more of that.
Clark finds Butler. Now here is Hill, guarded by Harris. Butler from outside. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one. Jimmy Butler has been on display for New York. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We've got more in store for you right after this. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
That'll be a 5-second call. Detroit trails by 17. Marcus Sasser is out there with LeVert. Then it's Duncan Robinson. Then there's Paul Reed, and it's Stewart in at the 4. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. New York with the ball. 17-point lead, their biggest. Towns trying to get open. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And as a free throw shooter, Robin has his challenges. One of those guys who almost shoots a better percentage from the field.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Sasser. He has yet to score. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul. And New York making a change. Walker's checked in.
First team foul. New York substitution. Number 8, Antoine Walker.
Here's Stewart. Shot from the inbound. Robinson for 3. And stolen by Parsons. Here's Jones. That's in, coming off the assist from Parsons.
Well, that's a couple of tough points right there. That was a battle inside.
From downtown, and Jones pulls it down. New York leading by 21. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. A different look here for Detroit. Thompson, he's checked in for Paul Reed. Cunningham comes in for Robinson. And it's Jaden Ivey in for LeVert. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Pass to Stewart. Now Cunningham. Now Sasser gets the three-pointer to fall. Sasser's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
And the dunk by Walker.
Kept his eyes up the floor, and it pays off.
Detroit trails by 20. Thompson outside. Off target from outside. Here's New York. Pass to Gordon. Parsons outside. Lets the three fly. The second chance effort. That's a two-pointer from Walker. And again, it's New York.
Well, look, Towns is not just a scorer. He's a willing and capable playmaker as well.
Cunningham against Walker. Cunningham drives in.
Okay, two hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And the Pistons making a change here. Harris is checked in. New York leading by 20. Clark, the pass to Walker. And finished off by Walker.
I mean, what a pass. She was on time, on target.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for Detroit. Pass to Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
Well, infrequently, Harris will take these mid-range looks, but he'd rather be closer in.
And over the course of his career, Tobias Harris has shown a willingness to embrace various roles.
Well, look, Kevin, Tobias Harris is not only a highly skilled player, but he is a team-oriented, win-first, veteran guy, totally unselfish, and will just figure out a way that he needs to help any team he's on get to where they want to go.
Whoa, he pulled that in a game? Come on.
Good on the three-point shot. Cunningham's got 7 points in the game.
Wow, Cunningham dialing it up from three-point range.
Clark kicks to Parsons. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
When you get a look that close in, it is a great possession.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with them. Detroit making a switch here. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the half. Pass to Ivy. For three, Harris. Good on the triple. He's got 7.
Oh, just pure from the corner. Harris doesn't pass up an opportunity from there.
Clark finds Butler. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It goes on Jaden Ivey.
And give him credit for attacking inside and forcing the defense to compromise.
One misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, when you talk about Butler, his toughness is what comes to mind first. This guy plays hard every second he's out there. A throwback type of player. Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. There's a minute left in the first half of the game. Trains it from beyond the arc. Cunningham's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Pistons.
Yeah, and Cunningham there, able to shoot with his feet set. That's one he knows he can hit.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Ivy on the wing, defended by Butler. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. That's good from Cunningham. You know, Stan, when you talk about the skill set Cade Cunningham possesses, what impresses you most?
I think a couple of things, Kevin. Number one, his poise is outstanding. This guy never gets bothered by anything that happens in a game, by any type of adversity. He's just going to come back with the same mindset on the next play. And also, his shooting has improved so much that you've now got to defend him honestly on the perimeter, and that sets up the rest of his game.
Harris outside. Latrey. Cunningham's shot is off. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. – 11 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Ivy. Fires the three. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. New York leads by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. That'll be a 5-second call. Here is Cunningham trying to find Thompson, who gets it to him. Ivy kicks to Harris. Inside, and stolen by Wembanyama. Clark finds Wembanyama. Back to Clark from past the arc. Sinks the triple. And New York leads by 14.
Well, she can hurt you from deep when you give her a chance. And the defense just learned the hard way.
Harris. Walker with the rebound. And so here is New York. Clark, the pass to Wembanyama. It's stolen by Cunningham. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Harris against Butler. Ivy passes to Durant. Harris kicks to Thompson. Clock at 6. Cunningham's shot is off. New York leading by 14. Here's Parsons. The kick outside to Butler. And again, New York with the triple.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. just over a minute and a half played here in the third. Will not go. This is off the front iron. New York leading by 17. Clark for three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
She's going to do that every time. Lots of confidence in the catch and shoot.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. They're scoreless since the first half. To stop the run, Harris. No good on the shot. Walker with some nice D. Clark outside. So it's the Pistons now. And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defense and rebound.
To the paint. Here's Harris, and it's in off the backboard. Harris has got 11 points.
Well, I like seeing Harris be aggressive inside. He's more than capable of making you pay from that.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
Substitution on the floor.
Here's Sasser. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Now, Wembanyama. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Detroit trails by 18. Pass to Harris. Down low. And Duren slams it in.
How much power from Jalen Duren. Goodness.
With the assist.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that
time. Home team ball. Coming onto the floor for your home team. Number 28, Isaiah Stewart.
Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Sasser can't hit. Now here's Rodman. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Although they're down big right now, Greg, still plenty of time left in this one.
At this point, they got to take it one possession at a time.
Stewart in the corner. Offline with his three.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Substitution on the floor.
And here are the Pistons. And here's LeVert. No scoring in this one. Rodman with the ball. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. Herbert Jones, he's checked in for New York. Detroit trails by 16. And New York looking at who they've got. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Dennis Rodman. And there's Gordon. Then it's Herbert Jones. And it's Parsons in at the 3 spot.
Look, that's an opportunity you don't pass up.
That'll be a 5-second call. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Sasser finds Cunningham. Here's Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. Kicks it out to Parsons. Back to Jones. They need this one. A putback. It's good on the putback. And New York leads by 14.
Well, just look at the numbers for Towns. He's been amongst the league leaders in offensive rebounds a few times.
And here's Gordon from outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Gordon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. No good on that one. And so it's New York feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We come back right after this. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Detroit trails by 17. Cade Cunningham out there with Marcus Sasser. Then there's Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Duncan Robinson. And it's Reed in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Detroit right now. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Ball's knocked loose to the middle. A nice shot by Reed.
And no matter what they've tried, he just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
In the corner, it's Rodman. Gordon dishes to Towns. Here's Rodman. Goes back up. Kicks it out to Gordon. Walker. Outside Butler. Over Cunningham. Back to Butler. Towns trying to get open. Oh, no, stopping Butler that time.
Yeah, the defense is really struggling to contain Butler. He keeps finding ways to beat them.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Tobias Harris is checked in for Paul Reed. And New York making a change here.
Substitution on the floor.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Cunningham finds Robinson. Parsons comes for the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Pass to Sasser. Shot clock at 6. Here's Harris. It's rebounded by New York. Parsons got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Wembanyama. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops.
Showing he's more than just an interior threat. Wembanyama also possesses that reliable jump shot.
Detroit trails by 17. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Cunningham outside over Wembanyama. Cunningham gets the bucket.
Big night for Cunningham. This is why he went first overall. Cade can take over a game.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that
time. Substitution on the floor.
All alone. That shot off. New York leading by 15. Wembanyama passes to Parsons. Here's Clark, covered by Cunningham. Butler from outside. That one misses. He has made 7 of his 9 field goal attempts. To the paint. Out to Thompson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Duran, no good. On the wing, Walker, covered by Cunningham. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And he gets the bucket.
Yeah, there's Cunningham unselfishly giving up the ball. Great pass.
Parsons attacking. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And New York leads by 15.
Well, look at him driving down the lane with purpose. He knew just where he wanted to get to.
Ivy on the wing. And Harris wide open. He shoots off target with his 3. Here's Parsons. And he goes big with that dunk right over Asard Thompson.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes. Moving the ball for the highest percentage look.
Clark kicks to Parsons. Parsons on the wing. Here's the teardrop. Here's Wembanyama. Nobody near Parsons. The kick outside to Butler. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Butler's got 22 points.
That one's going to be the final dagger. These guys can now celebrate.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to let up, and I like that. Keep pouring it on.
New York calls timeout. They're ahead by 16. And one of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Jimmy Butler.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. Robinson against Rodman. Oh, what a play inside.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
54 seconds left in the fourth. The shot misses. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for New York. 22 is the biggest lead.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Out to the wing. Pass to Reed. And the rejection by Towns.
Oh, Big Cat saying no way.
Gordon dishes to Towns. Gordon the pass to Towns. Rodman against Robinson. And Dennis Rodman with the slam.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
Substitution on the floor.
Here's Thompson. So no problem for New York as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Jimmy Butler. Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. It's a very unique broadcast for you tonight. You'll see a fresh face from the collegiate level in the mix. And tonight, we'll see Indiana as they go up against New York. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. It'll be Indiana off the tip. Down low, stolen by Walker. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. Mark against Halliburton. To Nemhard. And a miss there on the triple. And here is Clark. Walker in the corner. Back to Clark. Lets it go from deep. Traps in the tray.
Did you expect anything else? Clark is a stud from deep.
Halliburton inside the three-point line. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Here's Aldridge, and the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
We play just over a minute here in the first. Inside, stolen by Walker. And it's Clark in the corner. Over to the wing, the three, and again, New York with the triple.
It's always a good idea to pass it to Clark. Get her something in rhythm.
Halliburton in the corner. Good, and a nice assist from Siakam.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And despite all the accolades, GA, is it possible that Pascal Siakam is underrated?
Absolutely. Spicy P is one of the best two-way players in the league. Exceptionally versatile, and his impact goes beyond his impressive stat line.
Here's Halliburton following the score by New York. Toppin can't get it to go. Parsons with it. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds.
In for New York, number 10, Dennis Rodman.
Indiana off to a slow start. It's a 5-point game. Halliburton outside. Nailed from three-point land. Halliburton's got 6 points.
Saw the defender closing, and Halliburton got it away in a hurry.
Butler from outside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, they gave up the three, but wasted no time answering on the other end.
Pass to Neesmith. And Nemhard has it in the corner. Here's Toppin. And Toppin throws it down.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Now, here's Parsons. Here's Butler. And slam dunk by Butler.
Butler getting something right at the rim. And he says, thank you very much.
The shot by Nemhard and nobody around. And the three off target. Here's Aldridge. And he converts the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And those are two loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
New York leading by 5. Clark, the pass to Parsons. Launches a three, drills the three-pointer.
Yeah, showing the touch from range. You know they want to hit those to spread out the defense and open up lanes to the basket.
Now, here's Siakam. Pass to Toppin. Three-pointer. Can't hit that one. And so it's Parsons with it. He'll bring it up for New York. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Baseline J on the way. It's rebounded by New York. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Substitution on the court.
Indiana trails by 8. Now Shepard. Walker is screen on Wembanyama. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And so it's New York holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Right. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for New York.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
On the court for Indiana, T.J. McConnell is out there with Shepard. Then there's Jarris Walker. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. And it's Huff in at center.
Nice jumper there, flashing how dangerous he can be shooting the ball.
Outside, Jones. Hands it from downtown. Jones has got the lead up to 9 now for New York.
And Jones has made huge strides as a three-point shooter since his rookie season. He's now a serious threat from out there.
Walker the pass to Shepard. Indiana moving the ball around. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Mathurin missing.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
For 3, Gordon. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Parsons. Walker's checked in for New York. The Pacers also changing it up. Aaron Nesmith has checked in for Walker. Andrew Nembhard comes in for Benedict Mathurin. Halliburton subbed in for Shepard. Halliburton for 3. And once again off the mark by Indiana. New York leading by 9. Here's Jones. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
And New York making a change here. Butler's checked in, and that one drops.
Well, one thing we know about Jimmy Butler, if he gets going downhill, look out.
Parsons against Nembhard. Halliburton outside. No good from outside. New York with the ball. Pass to Butler. Ripped away. Here's Nembhard. Scoreless thus far.
Yeah, well, that's on the defense. They got to put out a little more effort to keep that from happening.
New York leading by 8. Here's Butler. That's tipped. Nembhard against Walker. And stolen by Parsons. Here's the fast break. Wembanyama leading the way. And the basket by Gordon.
And going with a quick release there so the D doesn't have time to react.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Nembhard. Now, here's Toppin. Siakam, high post. It's stolen by Wembanyama. And here they go. Here's Clark. It's deflected.
Look at that rim protection. He just erased that shot.
Rodman with the bucket.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
He's not short on moves. Halliburton's got a lot of ways to attack off the dribble.
New York shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
First team foul. At the line for New York, Dennis Rodman.
The free throw drops for Rodman. And both free throws good for Rodman.
And as a free throw shooter, Rodman has his challenges. One of those guys who almost shoots a better percentage from the field.
Butler against Nembhard. Back to Toppin. Offensive rebound. New York leading by 12. Clark kicks to Butler. Walker in the corner. Fires the three. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Halliburton against Walker. Launches it. Jimmy Butler comes up with the rebound. Halliburton's gone 3 for 8 tonight from the field. A 15-footer. The shot, no good. Indiana trails by 12. Here's Nembhard. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Dennis Rodman picks one up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one drops.
2 shots.
And both free throws good for Nembhard. Here's New York. Walker finds Clark. Walker, bounce pass. Jacks up a three. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And Walker, more than capable stretch 4. A big man with range for days. And how about the confidence?
In the corner, it's Neesmith. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Toppin. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Toppin's got 5 now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And so it's New York with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be back with you shortly. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Tyrese Halliburton with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Indiana trails by 10. And a wide open look for Siakam. And the lead is down inside single digits. Siakam's got his team on the board first here in the second half for Indiana. Butler from outside. Pacers with the rebound. Halliburton deciding where to go with it. Neesmith can't get it to go.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
Count it. And New York leads by 9.
And Aldridge is just so long, which is what makes him so effective close to the basket.
Halliburton with it. Guarded now by Clark. Pass to Neesmith. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And it's Halliburton missing.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy.
And that one's good by Clark.
And there is the limitless range of Clark. You have to pick her up at half court.
And so now a timeout called by Rick Carlisle. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Indiana trails by 12. Halliburton is double. For 3. It's rebounded by New York. Clark outside. They get it back, and it's Aldridge on the follow. Aldridge has got the lead up to 14 now for New York.
Love this intensity from Aldridge on the offensive glass. That's what he is out there to do.
Toppin, no one around him. And again, unable to change momentum here. And so it's New York with it. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Clark for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
And Caitlin Clark is lighting it up. A fantastic player. But we're seeing her talents on display tonight.
Pass to Toppin. Back to Halliburton. Here's the 3. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Butler's got 4 rebounds in this game. Parsons' shot is off. Indiana trails by 17. Halliburton for 3. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
And it's Aldridge on the follow. And New York leads by 19.
Second chance points. They can decide games.
And so the timeout here taken by Rick Carlisle. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Here's Toppin. He has 5. Pass to Neesmith. Here's Huff. Will it go? And he goes in for the dunk.
And putting some power behind it. Nicely done.
New York leading by 17. Parsons for 3. Drills it from outside. Parsons got 6.
Superb at firing off the catch. Give Parsons any sort of separation, and he'll exploit it.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Neesmith, the pass to Toppin. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got 5 rebounds tonight. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, It's impressive.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Indiana moving the ball around. For three, Siakam. The three-pointer is right on target. He's got 8.
And that's not an easy shot for a big. Siakam showing his comfort level from anywhere.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Butler deciding where to go with it. Over Shepard. And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got 9 points.
Well, if you're going to give Butler a look from the mid-range, he's more than happy to take it.
Siakam passes to Huff. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. New York with the ball. They're on a 20-5 run here. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for New York. Wembanyama, he's checked in for Aldridge. Herbert Jones comes in for Butler. And Gordon subbed in for Clark. Then for the Pacers, Jarris Walker comes in for Pascal Siakam. Halliburton subbed in for Shepard. McConnell passes to Mathurin. Six to shoot. Here's Halliburton. Indiana again missing.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's nowhere to stay still whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. New York ahead as they end the third quarter on a 20-5 run. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. As we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Walker. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Rodman. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Gordon in at the 2. That's the 5 for New York right now. From deep, Walker. It's pulled in by Huff. Indiana trails by 20. McConnell passes to Halliburton. There's the drive. Bounce pass, Mathurin. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for New York?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And something else that stands out is how efficient they've been from the mid-range, making the most of their opportunities.
And the technical free throw is good. And when Tyrese Halliburton entered the NBA, Greg, scouts were worried about his shot release point.
It's definitely lower than you would teach, but by the same token, that's why he gets it off so quickly, making it a tough shot to contest.
And so Wembanyama will bring it up for New York. And it's Gordon with the finish.
And that one stings because he put some extra spice on it.
Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Pass to McConnell. Back to Mathurin. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Gordon. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Gordon's got 4 points this quarter.
Refusing to back down. They put the contact on him, and he just ignored it.
And a wide open look for Mathurin. Indiana again missing. A 3 from Wembanyama. Rodman kicks to Gordon. Connects from three-point range.
Well, that kick out shows a great feel for the game, understanding the situation.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. And it's Halliburton missing.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. And there's that fiery attitude of Butler's showing up the defense.
Butler's gone 5 of 7 from the floor here. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pass to Walker. Now, here's McConnell. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Here's Rodman. Plays it up and banks it in.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
A shot by McConnell, no good. New York with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Yeah, the defense is really struggling to contain Butler. He keeps finding ways to beat them.
There's 1:47 left in the fourth quarter. Halliburton, no good. New York with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Butler. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Well, the defense was all over him, but Butler is not someone who gets rattled.
Halliburton for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Walker's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Gordon outside. That shot is off. Halliburton with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Mathurin for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Pulls up. They get the rebound. Wembanyama passes to Walker. From deep, Rodman. The putback. Pass to Wembanyama. Puts up a 3. Rodman no good. And the Pacers with possession here. Halliburton finds McConnell. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
At the line for the Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton. At the line for 1.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
So valuable to this team. Halliburton gives them whatever they need when they need it. This guy is both patient and prolific.
Pass to Neesmith. And the 3 off target. New York with the ball. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Jones from outside. Up again. It's good on the putback. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Siakam deciding where to go with it. So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For my friends Greg Anthony.